Today we're going to be cleaning the coils on our air conditioner here. First things first, I got to get all this vegetation cleaned up, so we're going to do that off camera. And then I've got several different over-the-counter coil cleaners that we're going to try, see which one we think is best. Alright, that's much better. Now, as far as tools needed, some kind of drill or impact wrench. I'm going to use a 10-in-1. These are the coil cleaners we're going to try. So that came from Lowe's. It was cheaper than these by about $1. These are professional coil cleaners, pure filter. This is Evap Foam No Rinse. I'm familiar with it. 417175. I get that at Home Depot. There's also a stuff that comes in a gallon bottle. You have to get it at a professional AC shop, or you might be able to get it on Amazon. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon. In a pinch, you could also use Dawn liquid, and this is going to go on the coil to clean it. Now, once you get all the debris off your air conditioner, usually there's always stuff growing around air conditioners. I believe it's because of birds. You're going to want to inspect your liquid line and your suction line. Make sure your suction line is insulated properly. And then we're going to start taking screws out. So you typically have the fan cover, and you got two screws on each side all the way around. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off the compressor. This is a Rude. Now, on some units like a train, the compressor will be right in the center underneath the fan. These are 1/4 inch, and you want to be careful when you're taking them out to catch them, because if they fall on the ground, they're gone. And once we get that done, if you look at your fan, there's a wire here, and that goes back to the compressor, and you're going to prop it up on the opposite side of the wire. Now, I've made a prop that just kind of lives back here. And this is a 2x4 that I've cut to the right length. And I got a notch here and a notch here, and that's to catch the lid, and this one's to catch the side. Now, one thing about this, you do want to wear shoes that you can get wet, because they are going to get wet. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the power to the outside unit. This could also be a disconnect. Disconnects, so they can go either way. They usually have an off and an on. You want to make sure you know which way is up, so when you put it back in, it is on. Let's get to take the screws out. So this unit here is another house. Just got through cleaning it. Here's your disconnect. It's got things like that. You put it in where it connects, it's on. You put it in upside down, it's off. So that's on with those down. With those up, it's off. So I got my 10-in-1, took the end out, put it in my drill. Take the Phillips, put it over there. And start going after screws. Now right now, there's a relay in here, it's humming. The reason that relay's humming is it's calling for AC, but since the AC is off, there's no power. Come on, right. Stop dropping screws. Now we're going to go ahead and lift it up. Now this is underneath that. You gotta be careful not to bend your fan. Take this loose. Now you don't have to pull the compressor side off, but you know you're cleaning it, you might as well, so you can clean all this mess. We get our prop. That goes just like that. So you want to be careful because you drop this, you can bend your fan, and then it's a hell of a time straightening it out. Ask me how I know. Alright, so here we are inside. See all this dirt, all of that has to come off. That is really affecting efficiency. I should have done this last spring, but I didn't, so now I'm paying the price. So you got all kinds of debris here. This here is your contactor. Right now the power's off. You can put some gloves on, clean that out. You can vacuum it if you want. And we'll come over to this side. Same thing. You want to clean your fan blade if you can. Clean all this debris out inside here. Being careful not to bend any of these pins. And make sure you're wearing shoes that you can get wet. So we're going to go ahead and clean out the inside here. And you don't have to do a wonderful, perfect job because you know it's just going to fill back up with crap again. You just reach in here, clean out all your crap. Now there's drain holes in the bottom. You want to make sure those drain holes are clear when you're done. You know, what cleaning all this crap out does is lowers your dust levels and keeps it from rusting out so fast. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to fill up with junk again. Now you can see, well, you want to make sure this has notches in it, this prop. Because if this falls on my back, it's going to hurt. There's a drain hole, there's a drain hole, all around the edges of drain holes. You could also vacuum this out if you wanted to get your vacuum out here. So if you got a vacuum, you could do it with a vacuum cleaner just as well as what I just did. I'm just being old school about it. So that's that step. So the next step is go ahead and spray cleaner on all of these pins and let it set for 5 minutes. Let the cleaner do its work. So while you're using the cleaner, so first we're going to use the Home Depot stuff, and I know works. You spray it on the inside, and it'll foam. You want to use way too much. You also want to spray it on the outside if you can get to it. And this is kind of an acid cleaner. I'm trying to get it on the fins of the coil. Don't be stingy with it. What this does, this is why this works better than Dawn, is it, since it has an acid, it kind of acid etches the fins, the coil fins. And they say one can will do an entire unit. I've never had that kind of luck. So this is, we'll put that one there. That's Home Depot stuff. This is the cheap stuff. $7 a can. Oh, that's nice. Foaming right up. You can see what you're doing. Bring you in so you can see what I'm doing. This is the Instant Power Foaming Coil Cleaner. And you can get it on both sides. It's best to get it on both sides. Turn straight through the fins. And once you get all this sprayed on there, you wait 5 minutes and let it do its thing. Now these, kind of hard to get to. I just kind of go like that down the sides. See, I just use the whole can. That's the back. So this is the Pure Filter 2000. You can see all the dust coming off of this. This will help us be more efficient, and it will lower your electric bill. This doesn't foam as much. You just want to get on every fin if you can. Try not to get it on you. It's supposed to be some kind of acid etch. Oh, now it's foaming a little bit. Okay, we got the outside and the inside. Now we'll do the back side. Over here, behind the compressor. So this is the side behind the compressor. Now, if I had the gallon stuff, you mix that up in a bug sprayer, and then you spray it with the bug sprayer, with you know, like what you spray insecticide with. Pump up bug sprayer. You just want to get it all on there. Nice and soaked. Don't worry about using too much. Down in there, behind everything. Oh my goodness. This thing's a mess. Got a little vegetation in here. Get that out of here. Now, one thing you got to watch out for with air conditioners is they're metal, and like here in Texas is Black Widow country, so there could be Black Widows living in your air conditioner. Because Black Widows like hot places that are metal. That's where they like to live. Alright. That's all soaked in pretty good. And we'll wait 5 minutes. And then get the hose out and start hosing. And you notice I'm wearing gloves. Stuff doesn't really hurt your skin, but it doesn't hurt to wear gloves. Alright, been 6 minutes. Already turned the water on. So we're going to want to wash it. So the air sucks in from the outside and up. So you're going to wash it the opposite way, from the inside out. Then you can wash it from the outside in afterwards. I got the hose, not too high, not too low. And we can start washing. You'll see all the dirt coming off. The water will be dirty. You could also use a soft brush. It has to be pretty soft. You don't want to bend the fins on these things. Clean that out. Doesn't have to be perfect. You keep washing until it's clean. I might have to do a second coat on this one. It's pretty damn dirty. And you could use a sprayer. Just make sure it's pretty gentle. Again, you don't want to bend the fins. Pull that crap out. Go do the inside again. Now we do the front side. Same thing, wash it, you'll see blood coming out. All the dirty water gets clean. clean. Dirty, 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 and clean. Rub it down here. Keep doing it till the water comes out clean. Okay, she's all cleaned out, rinsed off. Bottom's pretty clean. Now you want to make sure on your fan this conduit, let me get a better look at that. The conduit on going to your fan, you want to make sure that it's still connected up here, can come loose, and then make sure it doesn't have any binding going on down here when you drop this. Now, one thing about mine, see how the fan unit, it slipped back a little bit. Let me get on this side, you can see it. It slipped back a little bit, gave me a pucker moment. So you may want to make sure that it can't slip back. So your next step, take your prop rod, mine has notches cut in it, very carefully remove it. This just kind of lives back here as my air conditioner. Very carefully drop this back down so you don't put fan blades on this thing, bend the crap out of them, etc., etc. Then we'll go ahead and put the other cover back on. Now this cover has notches in it, so that lip goes over that lip. Just push it in place. See, it went on top, it needs to be on bottom. On bottom, both. And then you put the screws back in it. Easy as that. When you put the screws back in, you can do it by hand. If you do it with a drill, set the drill on as light as it can go. And you put the screws in loosely all the way around, or you won't be able to get them all in. There's one here, here, because the holes never line up properly. Now if you lose any of these screws, you can just use number 8 hex techs. They'll work fine. They're not right, but they'll hold it. That one didn't want to line up. One I have trouble with is on the back corner here. That's the one I have the most trouble with. You want to make sure you get all the screws back in. I got 2 more left. There's one on the back corner here. See, that's a hex tag. Must be one I lost at some point. This back corner. Where's the hole? There it is. Up a little. So I'll lift that up just a hair. And we're done. It's clean. Turn it back on. And we're done. So you're supposed to do that every spring. This year here in Texas, it got to be, oh geez, 100 degrees real fast. I never got around to it. It's fall. So what happened was my air conditioner stopped working and froze up because I didn't clean this thing. So it's very important that you do this once a year. You clean it real good. You can get all this coil cleaner stuff. I tried them all. They all worked equally well. So just get the cheapest one. The cheapest one was this one. Foaming coil cleaner. I got that at Lowe's. First time I ever used that particular type. Worked really well. You could even do it with just water if you don't have the money. So that is how you clean the coils on your condenser. Now if you have an air conditioner with an evaporator coil that's underneath the fan unit, you can crawl underneath it and you can spray this stuff on there. You can get a real, like a brush, light brush, a very soft brush, brush all the dirt off of it and then spray it with this stuff. And since the evaporator coil sweats water, then you don't have to, I got a rooster right on the other side of the fence. You don't have to wash it with the hose because the sweat from it doing the evaporator coil thing, pulling the air, water out of the air, will wash it and rinse it off for you. And that's all there is to it. Now my particular evaporator coil is above my inside unit. It's above the fan assembly and the heater and all that. So for me to get to it, I have to take my whole air conditioner apart to get to it. So it gets cleaned once every other year because it's a real pain in the butt. But if you can crawl under there and get to it, man, you can do it every year. And there you go. Easy peasy.